All right, welcome back, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome back to Hollowed D&D. I'm your DM, Richard, and this is the campaign Eye of the Storm. Hope everyone had a good week. Let's get back into it. Last week, we left off. A group of adventurers had finally made their way to the Stone Pit prison in the city of Sugod after taking a hidden passageway through the Stonewater Manor's crypts, the sewers, the Underdark, and finally the prison. Various encounters and mishaps. They had found the prison eerily empty and overrun with strange plants and vines and blood smears all along the walls and floor. Making their way through, they were attacked by some sort of plant zombies, able to save a prisoner and a guard, Lucille and Jasper. They had learned that the prison had been attacked by a strange vine-like entity that had taken over and taken creatures coming from the drink, the isolation cell in the bottom of a cavern, where they'd thrown recent prisoner, a forest dweller, that is what they were calling him, that was causing trouble and trying to cause the peasants and common folk to rise up, and so they threw him in the drink, and from there, these plant vines and plant entities took over the prison. You guys made your way down there, battled this creature, and ended up defeating him and saving the magistrate who you were sent there to find, Magistrate Felia Faust. Tired and exhausted, you guys spent a little time down at the bottom there, resting. You got to full rest and are level 8. Congratulations.
The dead guy we pulled out of the center of this thing, searching over him, does he have any kind of odd markings or anything on him? Anything notable?
Give me an investigation check. You do see like almost tattoos that have blackened, but with the way the body has, the state of the body, you can't really tell what kind of markings might have been. Belladin, roll me a history check with advantage, please.
That's an 8, Captain.
And then roll me an insight check.
That's an 18.
18, okay.
I rolled a 6 and an 8 on that first one. Billadin will be standing there and kind of kneel down next to the body. And he puts 2 of his fingers against the chest of the body and says, "This one spoke of the heart and giving to the heart, giving blood to it. And with many of our tribes, we have a symbol or maybe a totem might be a way to put it of nature that we kind of see as a central part of our belief, and it directly connects to kind of our mission. Mission would be a good way to put it for our tribe. Perhaps this contaminated druid's conclave had a heart like he spoke of. Maybe it's corrupted. Maybe this is a seed from that heart that germinated within him, overran him in this way. Maybe we destroyed a seed, but the plant that it spread from is still out there. It's just a guess, though.
Belladin, you got that by touching the body?
Less that and more what he spoke of and my own knowledge from my tribe and what he was fixated. This contamination, this isn't natural, so it could be that it spread from wherever this druid came from. Maybe this isn't a singular event. Are you done checking the body? Because I'd like to help this one move on.
Yeah, I'm done.
So, Bellin takes the 2 fingers that he has sitting against, like the collarbone of this druid, and he puts his hand flat, and he closes his eyes, and he whispers in Druidic to himself, and eventually you start to see under his fingers that there are these like kind of greenish black veins kind of spreading off of his fingers into the body, and eventually the flesh becomes overrun with like mushrooms growing, until by the time he's done praying, the entire body has become in the same shape that the form was, but it's now just a growth of fungi. And then he takes his hand up. He became something other than natural, and now nature has reclaimed him. His passing is complete.
Roll me a perception check. The elven body of the corrupted druid is taken again and takes its place within the cycle.
Well, should we get out of this hole?
Yeah.
I, for one, think that'd be a great idea.
Remind me your name once again.
Of course, my dear. Philia Faust.
Philia Faust.
Magistrate Philia Faust.
Magistrate, as we walk, I'm talking as we kind of head back where we came from, but Magistrate, did the creature speak to you when it took you?
No, I did not speak to this creature or anyone other than Warden Greybreak when we were attacked by these vines in his office. The warden put up quite a fight. I don't see him here among the other survivors or even the bodies.
Were you a prisoner here? Or were you a guest here?
My dear, I'm the magistrate. I'm in charge of, let's say, putting people here. Or at least deciding on just and fit punishment. As is the mandate of my order.
And that apparently includes throwing people down deep, dank pits because they're troublesome.
Well, not exactly. I do not, I'm not in charge of the administration of the prison here. Merely the sentence of terms and the verdicts of guilt or innocence. How prisoners are managed was left to the warden.
He passed near his office. We found him up there.
May he rest in peace and find the favor of the gods in the afterlife. Be a stubborn fool, but he was a good man at heart.
You know what I find interesting is that I guess maybe in my mind we were here to rescue you at the request of, I forget the nobleman's name, but I assumed, I guess, that you were a prisoner. I didn't realize you were in charge around here. Did he know that you were in danger because of this incident, or?
Well, I left word with his steward that I would not be attending his party as I had official matters to attend to with Warden Greybreak. So I assume he knew I was here.
I don't think he was aware of what was happening here. As we're walking down the hallways, I assume we've already climbed up the rope and are out
That's
of the
right.
hole.
She doesn't know what's went on this evening.
Yeah. As we're walking, are the vines still there, or have they withered on the walls?
They've all withered.
Okay. I'm gonna say you're probably not aware, but just as he was not aware of this incident, and I motion towards the withering vines, the party was attacked by assassins attempting to claim the noble's life, and the reason we're here is because we as a group helped saved his.
That is a very heroic deed of you all, and one that the kingdom will surely be grateful. My personal feelings aside, law and order must be upheld.
Right, because he's a bit of an ass.
Your words, not mine.
What are your words?
I'm gonna insight check that.
Yeah, I want to say, what are your words?
Yeah, her saying her words, not mine, because she said personal feelings aside. So I'm like checking to see her reaction.
You mean insight check?
I'm gonna look right at her and say, what words would you use?
Dirty 20.
Nice.
I am a third justice of the Order of Equity, an official magistrate of His Highness King Jarek of House Roldan, and I serve the kingdom of Ilari and all of its rulers and citizens.
What is his title again?
Whose?
The one who sent us to come save you.
I think he means Count Linnaeus.
The
Count
Count.
Linnaeus.
Count Linnaeus,
Okay.
yes, Count.
All right. And what, like, I don't know a lot about, like, oligarch levels. Where is he compared to the king? Is it like 4 levels down, 5 levels down?
It's like low, right? That's lower.
I think it's like mid.
You're not.
He's the
Never-
ruler of a
don't think
city.
I've had to explain this. Yes. You have the king who oversees the kingdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And directly under him are the 4 dukes,
Mm.
who are each in charge of the wards: the North Ward, the South Ward, the West Ward, and the East Ward. Never mind. But
Should I incite that never mind, or was that Richard saying never mind?
you can if you. Yeah, that's her saying never mind.
It's a 24 or 23. Basically, Belladin's trying to figure out what's the ramifications going to be when we kill the Duke or the Count. So he wants to know where he fits into the whole scheme of things.
Yeah, like, will anybody care?
How much of
Everyone
this
will
is going to
care,
matter?
but they might be kind of happy about it.
Yeah, but are they going to come after us because of obligation?
They'll still come after us, yes.
Yeah, oh yeah, somebody's gonna come after us.
Well, you have the dukes, which are each in charge of their own ward. The king, while the cap oversees the capital in Ilari in the South Ward, is technically an overseer of all of them. And then you have the various counts of the other major cities within each ward. From there, you have various knighted and titled lords who might oversee various operations or smaller villages and areas.
Mhm.
And then you have the barons, the titled merchant class. They are not part of administrative hierarchy. They are, like I said, a merchant class, but given their rank and affluence, are titled and given that honor. Under them, you have various mayors and reeves and other local commonry who administer day-to-day or lower-level administrations.
So I'm also doing this so that way she's focusing on something else as we're walking past all the dead bodies.
Yeah, it's definitely working.
Okay, good. And he's as we're walking by bodies, anything that he walks within 10 feet of, he's going to plant a germ of a spore in. So it's not going to be fast like it did with the druid downstairs in the hole, but they're definitely going to start decomposing from the inside out.
Awesome. Whoever cleans out this prison is going to have an awesome time.
Yep.
Yeah, easy enough to do.
All right. Let's go down inside this statue.
Sorry.
So at the moment, you should be aware that the what is the Count's? He lives in a mansion or a
Stonewater Manor. Yes.
Stonewater Manor. It is currently under siege.
Oh yes,
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, that's
right.
That's why we came through the warden's office, because we had to take the underground passage, and we'll probably have to take it to get back, because I look around at the group. We are good at what we do so far, from what I can tell, but I don't think we can break a siege.
Hold on, there's a couple of things. You said under siege. Siege by who? And what passage are you speaking of?
I point when we get to the office. I point at the statue, this passage underneath the statue, and then I point towards O'Neill because I don't know anything about the politics happening in this city.
You point to me?
Or whoever wants to talk, pick it up.
No, I said. Neil said that. You point to me, Belladin. You think I will know?
Well, isn't it your previous employer who is doing all of this, or what, is your employer working for someone? I don't know.
Who sieged us? I see. I thought you meant Sorry, I was my mind was elsewhere.
Yes, you said the city is under siege. Is that what I'm saying?
Just a manor, as far as we know.
The manor. And how did you know to come here? How did you know about this situation?
Oh, we didn't. The Count just sent us to fetch you. I don't think he knew there was anything necessarily going on at the prison.
We specifically were sent to get you because one of the people under the employ of the person who tried to assassinate the Count. It's a Count, right? The Blue Nightingale. I look towards the group. That's her name, right?
Yes, she goes by such.
Yes. She was working for the person who tried to, assassinate the Count. And it seems like some of my party members knew her from before, and it was kind of a bit confusing. I can see from the Count's point of view of who to trust, even though it was very clear that we were the ones who saved his life. He believes, I don't think he believes the Blue Nightingale at all. He thinks she's still embroiled in all of this and wants to blame her for it. So he needed you, his magistrate, to come hear the case, I guess.
He
in the
would
middle
want to go through
of a siege.
Count Linnaeus, I'm sure, wants to go by the book and follow proper procedures and administrations. He'll want to make a good show of following all the procedures. Which is why
I'm implying it'll just be a show?
No, my dear, I take my duties and my mandates quite seriously. The Order of Equity, we answer to the crown only. And even then, for certain matters, we answer to the law.
Do you know of an organization called the Dusk Crows?
Whispers have reached my ears, which is what piqued my interest when you spoke of the Nightingale. I've been trying to pin Ulian down for quite some time. If you've really gotten her to sing, then we might finally catch that bastard. Was he part of the attack? I'm sure he wouldn't have dared miss a chance to be at the Count's party.
There was a connection. I do not know who sent the attack or who's behind it, but I have been searching for someone, and through my research, they popped up as one of the assassins, and I know that they are connected to the Dusk Crows somehow. One of the assassins.
You might be called on too, my dear. We'll have to get this all straightened out. No one is above the law. What is this stair? I had no idea this was even here. She's pointing down to the entrance to the passageway.
Apparently not many did.
Yes, caves and sewers and that.
Sewers. Yeah. Well, can't be any worse than what I've been through for the past day.
Seems to be a back passage.
Yes, for what purpose?
Apparently one of the previous counts liked to visit the prison without anyone noticing.
I do know the previous count kept his beloved in the... And as we get closer to the other part, which is the, not the back way, the stone, I guess, where the crypt is.
That's going to take a little while.
We're not there yet, okay.
That's far.
Yeah. We'll say you guys have made your way down the stairs at this point. You're going through now the Underdark tunnel, headed to the lake.
Is water walking still up?
Probably not at this point, because you guys took another long rest because you guys leveled up. So
yeah. I'll ask for 10 minutes and say, I'm gonna renew our abilities, and if you all want to keep talking, go for it.
Strange. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I'll take your word for it, as you did just save my life.
It'll be 10 minutes and 6 seconds.
So, I must ask, who are you people?
Well, I'll point at Poppy and Halbar myself and say, we are members of the Eye of the Storm, or can't remember the name of the group that we're a part of.
So you're mercenaries.
As people keep pointing that out to us, yes.
As far as mercenaries go, the Eye has quite a reputation of duty and honor, so if you had to be a mercenary, you could have picked worse.
And these other two, well, they're just kind of working with us at the moment.
Belladin's just taking a piece of cork and just like rubbing it in his hands and moving his hands in different formations and speaking. And the weird thing is like, as when he does any spell, the air is kind of like thickening around him and then moving a little bit which is like this weird like mirage effect like you would see in the desert.
She turns to Halbar. Quite the group you have here.
We put the fun in dysfunctional.
We're definitely the two weird kids of the group.
Yes, I was definitely just eyeing both of you, like just like.
I have those
all the adventures and all the.
I have a sweater with the thumb that pokes out the long sweater sleeves.
Yeah. So you're saying that the Count? Someone tried to assassinate the Count. For what purpose?
Not tried. Succeeded.
The Count is dead.
Nah, he was only dead for a little bit. We brought him back.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh that loud. Neil snickered a bit.
He was only mostly dead.
That's quite different than completely dead.
He got better.
Mostly dead is slightly alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We put air in his lungs and asked him what's to live for in the world, and he said money.
I mean, to Blave, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Belladin mentioned it. He's a bit of a prick.
I wouldn't mention that too loudly when we're back in the manor, dear.
He knows.
Yeah, it's apparently not a closely guarded secret.
Yeah.
Yes, but...
We've yet to run across anyone who has contradicted us on this point. But yes, we wouldn't say it. We have manners. We wouldn't say it in front of him. We would only say it behind his back.
Yes.
Standing behind his back.
Members of the House Rodan are to be afforded a special amount of civility and respect, no matter how distant they might be from the crown. But why would someone assassinate the Count?
I think, besides being a prick.
Well, I don't believe it was personal. I believe they, no matter who held this position, they would be trying to assassinate.
Although they did say the previous Count was much more beloved, though.
That's setting the bar fairly low.
But there is a shift with every new leader, as you can imagine.
Yes, Lord Halavar was quite loved. He's
Lady
we just
Anella.
call her the late wife of the last Count.
Lady Anella.
Lady Anela, yes. Well, she was his world, so her passing was quite hard on him.
This is when Belladin walks over and starts tapping the cork on everyone's foot or feet, like near their feet, and then the air kind of solidifies around the soles of their feet, and then he moves on. He does that to everybody and says, "All right, we're ready. Let's go."
Is this some sort of ritual he always does before you go anywhere?
Before we do this,
we don't ask about it anymore.
yeah, it allows us to do this. And then, are we at the lake yet?
Sure, yeah. You guys have gotten there.
I start jumping up and down on the. Well, not I wouldn't. Maybe Poppy would. Poppy starts jumping up and down on the lake or running across the lake. I'll just start walking on the lake.
That's what it's for. And then I walk onto the lake.
You're a druid, then. Given your nature and your demeanor, I didn't think you were a wizard, so you seemed more in tune with the nature of the world rather than its arcane mysteries.
Yeah.
I would maybe take a step back from any proceedings then with the Count, as he has no love for druids at the moment.
Why is that?
Well, you saw what we just came from. That man, that prisoner, was causing quite some problems for the Count before his big party. He wanted to send a regiment of men to the Emerald Conclave to sort out any problems, but the Duke was against it.
Who wanted to send a regiment? The elf?
Alcanaeus, he does not take slights lightly. That man.
Yes, he seems petty like that. What was the elf doing to cause problems? What was happening before he was thrown into the prison?
There was just whispers of unrest with the common folk, overthrowing rulers and bringing down false authority of some sort. You know how these cults and whispers go, but...
And the elf was responsible for it, or just... Under what pretenses was he apprehended?
Yes, well, our investigations had led us to everyone who we had apprehended and were spreading this a bit crazy themselves, were mentioning some sort of awoken leaf, the awoken something to do with plants or nature of some sort. And we eventually got a description of the man, and we sought him out in the edge of the southern portion of the Emerald Pine Forest here, on the south side of the road. That's where we were told he might be. So that's where we found him.
The Awoken, that's all you remember?
I mean, this was all hearsay, secondhand, from this person, heard from this person. You know how the narrative got lost in a game of, back and forth. I have to say, he didn't quite look like that when I saw him for his initial holding, awaiting his trial and sentencing.
You mean with plants growing out of him?
That obviously, but he was much more robust, he was skin and bones just now.
I think whatever was inside of him, the seed that he spoke of, probably sapped his energies to become what it became, and then I kept needing to feed it.
Seed, you say?
That's what he spoke of.
That's disconcerting. This is really quite amazing. I must say, despite the circumstances, in any other situation, I'd have to say this would be quite fun as she's walking across the water.
You guys should ask her if she knows that bumpkin in the prison. I forgot his name.
Gomer Pyle?
That country fellow. Yes, I can't quite remember his name, but he was there in holding. He was caught up in the search for some bandits in the forest as well. But Linnaeus wanted him there until his trial. I have no say in the matter, so...
What were they hunting for in the forests?
There's been an increased amount of banditry along the Snow Pine Way, crossing through the Emerald Pine Forest between Ornost and Talius. Merchant caravans, military supplies.
I think we may have encountered some of those bandits further north.
You've been north then?
Yes, we have. Up towards Chilwyn Pass.
That's right, you did say you were at the Eye of the Storm. The Duke did hire your company for reinforcements there. That does make sense.
Why would the Count be under siege in his home?
That's what I would like to know. Sugod has been a relatively quiet city for many generations. I mean, other than occasional bandits and hard winters, the city itself has known peace for quite some time.
I hate to ask, but zombie plants, not very normal, everyday stuff. Is there more worry of this, or is this fairly new?
Zombie plants overrunning the prisons, I would say that's a fairly new development.
Yeah. Doesn't happen more than once or twice a year.
Didn't you see something weird in the shadows when we went to pick up our belongings out front? Like horned beasts or something?
Right. Yes, there were. The siege didn't seem to just be people. There seemed to be creatures out there, so it might be that this is connected. But I must say that the corruption and abomination that we saw in that prison is something I've never heard of or seen before. Just as the creatures making siege on the city is a strange thing. It does not feel like a coincidence.
I wonder. Well, truth and justice always finds the light of day.
Does it now?
Of course, my dear. If we didn't, the world would just be chaos.
We should hurry back double time so we can either find out more of what's going on or be on our merry way.
Everyone's rhyming. Yeah, when we get to the waterfall, I'll help people get down with a rope if it's still not there.
Taken too long rest since then, so.
Right, but it's the staff specifically says dawn.
Dawn, yeah. So, but with slept in the morning, left 8 hour, journeyed 8 hours.
Okay. So then I wouldn't get to roll it
8
again.
Hours.
Yeah,
so it's probably dawn right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I rolled it last session or a session before, so it hasn't been another dawn since then. Okay. Yeah, we'll just hurry through the sewers. We know the way now that we've already done it once.
Yeah. So you guys, I'll just say you guys have been. It's the travel montage as you're having this conversation. So
I'll put that up in case anyone wants to use it.
Yeah, we can pass by all the dead ropers and the dead Hydra and the dead
Don't mind the
whatever.
Hydra.
I don't even remember the Hydra.
And the imps and the everything we fought on the way here.
You must be kidding. You must have punched 20 heads off that thing.
Yeah, alone.
I was in the zone.
It's true. At least
the existence of
10.
the existence of this tunnel is disconcerting. Possibility of those who have been sentenced to serve their penance finding this must be dealt with. I must make the recommendation that this tunnel be sealed off.
I don't know. The prison seems a lot better than this tunnel. I mean, if they escape into these tunnels, they're choosing the harsher punishment.
Yeah, and I do wanna say that where this tunnel comes up into the prison, if they can make it all the way to the warden's office, I think you have a lot more problems than them being down in the prison or being down in the sewers.
That is true.
This
Still,
might be a good way for people to get out, say if there's another riot or something.
safety of the guards is so good to take in account. I'll have to weigh this for my recommendations. You make a good point. I'm sorry, I did not catch your name. I don't think I've caught any of your names, actually. Where are my manners? I'm sorry. There's been such... I'm out of sorts with all that's been happening.
Belladin Melchris.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Belladin.
Fenthwick Rivenstone.
Pleased to meet you, Fenthwick.
You can call me Hal, reigning champion of the Jester's Coin.
The champ.
So, you have a little more connection than to the Jester's Coin. Interesting. Pleased to make your acquaintance, champion.
He may be the reigning champ for quite a while, since I think we killed just about everybody inside the Jester's Coin.
That's what happens when they try and kill you, though.
I didn't say they didn't start it. Well, they did start it.
So it was self-defense.
Absolutely.
Yes. There, we were just having a nice, what was it, dinner? What we were invited to? Some type of get-together. I don't know. I'm not really up on the social things, but there must have been, 15, 20 of them that just came from every
I
direction?
lost count. Yes.
It
There
was a
were.
lot.
And
It
there
was a
were
party.
weird demon creatures there too.
There
Oh.
were.
Imps, right? Isn't that
No.
what you say they were?
They had like
No?
horns. I remember throwing one into your wall of thorns.
They're much bigger than imps, believe me.
Oh,
They were bigger. They were
Right.
demon-like, yeah.
demons. Yes. It's been a day.
Yes.
Well, it's been a few days actually, but
Yes, you seem to have quite the adventures, don't you?
honestly, since we got back to town, it's just been one thing after another.
I think maybe since we've left town and went down to the marshes and came back, it's been pretty much one adventure after another. Only been about a week, but I swear more people have attempted my life than when I was a watcher.
You're from the north.
I'm from the north. I thought my rugged good looks and blonde hair were a dead giveaway.
I had my suspicions, my dear, but I work off facts.
Facts are important, I suppose, but I prefer to listen to the earth.
At the end of the day, nothing is more natural or true. The facts of nature and life, those are irrefutable.
Until people subvert them and change them to their own wills and means and goals.
True. But then we bring those evildoers to justice and bring back the balance and truth of nature. You guys let me know when
And we're walking.
Yeah. Like, do we get to the point where, in Neil, were other people going to introduce themselves? Because I don't
Yeah.
think that was the whole group.
No. And you, ma'am, what is your name?
I am Emil. I am a cocktail waitress at the Jester's Coin.
Wouldn't count on that.
Interesting.
I don't look at her, but I keep walking.
I hope you're getting paid overtime.
I'm getting paid.
Interesting. And little one. Hi, I'm Poppy. Nice to meet you, Poppy. You did say we'd have to go through the sewers, but I guess it can't be helped. So you guys make your way through the sewer. It's only a short portion.
What is she wearing?
It's very dirty, torn up robes.
Okay.
Probably were once silver and white.
Prestidigitation. They're no longer dirty.
Wow.
They are clean, but still frayed and torn in places.
raggedy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a wizard, not a tailor. So
I appreciate it all the same, Fenwick. Thank
I
you.
didn't take mending, damn it.
So where does this all lead to? Where are we going next?
it eventually feeds into some crypts,
Mhm.
and then back up into the palace.
I
We're
believe
gonna check
Lord
the
Halavar had
weird-
the crypt sealed, did he not?
Right.
That's
He sort of unsealed it.
we unsealed it. Yes.
There's a weird thing down there. Are we going to just ignore that?
That's right.
There's more weird things.
There is a
I
weird
don't
thing
think.
down there.
I think we should probably avoid detours.
I agree.
Mhm.
As much weird as I would like.
No
to
shortage
experience.
of strangeness with you all, is there?
Just stay close. Just stay close.
Paladin's going to look at her and be like, we're not responsible for the weird things in this city's crypts.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
we didn't bring them with us.
I'm just saying you've all encountered quite a bit.
Yeah,
We
That's
have a-
better.
no idea.
It's like there's some twisted god that keeps just throwing these things at us.
Yeah, a
Who would
creative
do- Who would
mastermind.
do such a thing?
Isn't it terrible
It's
what
just
happens?
inconceivable.
I would agree with you, Fenwick. We should avoid the green-eyed fox and the dark glowing sarcophagus. Was it tomb? I don't remember.
Probably should avoid actually stealing from the crypts.
Yes, I would highly recommend you avoid stealing of any kind. Please, thank you. You did save my life, and I'm thankful.
People have to be dead much longer before it's okay to rob their tombs.
Well, then it's just academia, my dear.
Belladin's grip on his staff tightens a little bit more. Monarchy, empire, sons of bitches.
Didn't you mention on our way back from the Candlewick marches that you really enjoy the macadamian nuts?
I enjoy documenting and researching those things left over by living creatures who are long past, but I do not take from them.
So if I offered you a macadamian right now, you would be like, no, thank you.
I would eat nuts because I like nuts, but
Why is he talking about macadamia?
But she's referring to academia. And now you've got me doing it. Academia.
That's what I said, macadamian.
Belladin just gives him like a straight look and then looks at her and then continues walking.
I think they're pretty good.
Poppy's like, yeah, they're delicious.
That's right, I owe Poppy some donuts.
You
Don't let me forget, Anil.
totally do. No, I won't forget.
You guys have now made your way through the crypts.
Follow it up.
The door is shut.
Like, I know we closed it, but did we lock it? No.
Why don't we give the secret knock?
I think the secret knock's appropriate.
I'm hoping they don't get too many knockings from this side of the crypt door.
Who goes there? State your business.
Who do you think it is? Open this door.
I think it's them. After this much time? You think they survived?
I'll look at Philia. You let him know that we've rescued you and you're ready to come back or ready to go in.
This is Magistrate Philia Faust with the adventurer sent by the Count. They have rescued me at great peril. Open this door at once. I would like to see Count Linnaeus.
It's them. Get the commander. We're opening it now, ma'am.
You open the doors open and you see 4 guards. Spears at the ready, hands on their swords, just looking first to see if it's actually who you guys are. And when the door opens, oh, thank the gods you're back, Magistrate. You're sorely needed.
The captain or whoever that gave us the directions, is he there?
No, he quit. He quit and he went home. It was so weird.
Commander Iron or Captain Murden?
Whichever fool told us that this was this quick shortcut to the prison.
Must have been Commander Iron, as Captain Murden was the captain of the Count's guard.
It wasn't quite the cakewalk he suggested.
My apologies, sir. I'm not sure anyone I didn't even know that passageway existed. Magistrate, it's best we speak with the commander.
Let's go in.
All right. You guys make your way through, and there is quite a bit of guardsmen.
More than when we left? Like they've stacked up here?
Yeah.
They've gone on a hiring spree in our absence.
There's just a bit more presence kind of felt.
So, how goes the siege? What of the siege?
Siege appears to have ended. Whatever devilish foul creatures were left seem to have gone 12 hours ago, maybe. Well, when it's best that you hear it from the commanders. Talk this way.
Insight check.
Roll me an insight check.
It's 19. If someone killed this SOB before we got a chance to, I'm going to be so annoyed.
He probably choked on his meal or something.
Oh, for sure. It was a cherry.
If
Yeah.
that happened, I'm taking. How much did he promise? And I look back at Fenthwick. How much did he promise us to rescue? It's 500 gold.
4,000 apiece.
4,000 apiece. I'm gonna take.
Depends. Yeah. If he's dead, I'm going to say it was more than it was.
I'm sending that to the wrong person.
I'm gonna whoop somebody's butt.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're. Where is the Nightingale? Let's see where she is.
Belladin motions. Well, then let's go speak to the commanders. And as soon as the guards turn around, Belladin is going to get the attention of his group and just shake his head like this is not good.
Yeah, something's happening. Be on your guard.
So they bring you to the main hall, where the commander is sitting at a small chair that is like a small desk and chair that's been brought out next to the main kind of chair and dais. By the gods, you've all survived. I wasn't sure. You rescued Magistrate Faust. It's good to see you alive and well.
And clean.
I was hoping for the worst. Yes. After the past few days' events, when these mercenaries didn't return with you, I feared the worst, and another thing had gone wrong in this damn day.
There were imps and a hydra and a roper and a infestation of vines that killed most of the people at the prison. So it's been a bit of a time for us too.
Wait, imps I know of. There was reports of imps and other devilish creatures that were sieging the manor here and the prison, and ransacking various homes in the manor district. Vines? What? You say everyone in the prison is dead?
Belladin takes like his cloak and his staff, and he kind of does like what he is like a mocking bow, like a courtly bow that he saw other people doing, and then he motioned towards the magistrate who lived through it.
Yes, Commander. What they say is unfortunately true. Apparently, that prisoner that was brought in, the druid from the forest, is a bit more of a problem than we even realized. Some sort of
Corruption.
He had taken him and almost taken over the prison, almost had taken me. With sorrow, I must say, had taken Warden Greybreak. But I would not be alive for these fine men and women here.
Sometimes when a growth becomes mouse-shaped and sickly, it must be burned away.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. But now, where is the Count? These people mentioned that he had sent them to fetch me for official business. There are many things I would like to speak with him about. Yes. Count Linnaeus.
Is dead.
Yes.
Cool.
You're shitting me.
No. He was killed about 8 to 12 hours ago, along with Steward Elric and a guard.
Bye.
And now it comes down to it, a little bit of a more tricky business. Someone you all had vouched for. The Blue Nightingale is currently being held for the murder until she receives her trial and sentencing by you, magistrate.
I'm confused. Hold on. I come from a tribe in the middle of a swamp, and I don't know much about how you all treat people you don't trust, but back where I come from, if you have someone you don't trust, you don't put him next to, or her, next to the most important person in your tribe, alone.
He was not. She was under guard.
But why were they even meeting?
They were not meeting. He was killed in his room.
How? So she was found in there?
Yes. She gave herself up, apparently, after.
She gave
How did
herself up.
I don't
How
believe
did
this
she-
guy.
Yeah, how did she even get in there?
Yeah, insight check, please.
I'm also going to be insight checking because this is weird as hell.
Roll me insight checks if you would like. You guys can just say, "Do I believe her?"
Oh yeah, sorry. It doesn't matter. I rolled an 11.
I said I don't believe this guy.
I wish it wasn't true myself. He seems nervous, you guys. I mean, all the guards are tense. This guy is tired.
Oh shit, a Neil.
Mm,
And that
Check
dead stare.
Discord.
yeah, dead stare.
Yeah, for Belladin and Halbar, he seems just with like resigned and nervous, but that's all you really get.
Hmm.
And you said she turned herself in after she did it?
Yes, she confessed to the murders of her guard, Elric and the Count. She had a bloody dagger that fit all the wounds. I mean,
Did you put them back in to check? That's kind of gross. I'm just kidding.
it was a dagger that I'm not unknown to violence. The wounds were made by a short blade. She had a bloody one with her. She was covered in blood. She confessed. I'm no magistrate, but that was enough for me to place her in stricter custody than what was afforded to her. As the Count wanted and as his procedure, you are here, magistrate. We can proceed with the trial. Proper justice will be done. As the gods will it, Commander.
Halbar, do you want to go talk to...
No. I'd like to have a conversation with our dear commander here, outside in the courtyard.
I'm afraid I'm left in charge here. If you would like to speak, of course, we can talk here.
Who's your second in
I
command?
assume my second in command. I'm sorry. Captain, you're referring to Captain Murden? I'm sorry, he was also killed.
Whoever's going to take your place after I beat the shit out of you.
And all the guards tense at that. There's probably at least 15 guards in this room right now.
Whoa,
They all
big
think
fella.
Where are they at located to us? Are they like us on the walls, like all standing around? Are they near us?
There's at least 6 right near him. 2 guards on each couple of corners and then the entrances, I understand you might be frustrated. Right now, you are not under arrest, even though your affiliations because you have been shown to save the Count's life. I doubt you would be involved in trying to take it if you wasted that effort, but
I think it's called re-murder.
yes, whatever you'd like to call it, but I would highly advise that no more trouble be caused. We've had it quite enough of it the past few days.
Oh, believe me, it's no trouble on my part. Let's just go have a conversation in the courtyard.
Whatever you'd like to say it now. I have to prepare for the proceedings.
Oh, I have nothing to say. But a gentleman accepts a duel when a duel is requested. You can meet me in the courtyard, or you too can be on trial for the murder of Count Linnea.
I'm commander of the City Watch of Sugod, in charge of administration of the city until I receive further orders and instructions from the Duke himself. Until such time, I have no time for this, sir.
So you admit that you have motive.
If you think I would want these duties and in this situation, as I'm most likely going to lose this post as soon as my failings are revealed.
Didn't you say it was terrible being here? Like you had a motive to leave here in some way? You were punished by being put here and watching over this little former sniveling brat.
Sir, I'm commander of the City Watch. I've been commander of the City Watch since the time of Lord Halvar. You might be thinking of Steward Elric, who came here with the Count. He's also dead.
A
You
lot
may
of
be right.
people to be killed by one woman.
Under guard.
Yeah, it seems like the Count's security detail not exactly covering themselves in glory of late.
Which is why I mentioned my failings, sir. Now, if you would please, I'm sure you have all had your own adventures. Your own fight says from the looks and smell. Your rooms are still available for you. I must speak with the magistrate and prepare for the proceedings. Magistrate.
Can we please speak with the Blue Nightingale?
Magistrate, I leave that decision up to you.
Well, like you said, go ahead and have your conversation right here in front of all of us with the magistrate.
If you would all like to stay here, that's fine. Magistrate, what do you think about allowing them to speak to the prisoner? I think if it's done here under watchful eye, these people did just save my life. What they've told me and what you have said, they saved the Count's life at least once. It seems quite a bit of effort to just have been part of this. If they would like to speak with her, then let it be done officially. Plenty of your guard and under my watch, if that is okay with you all.
So we can't have a private conversation.
I unfortunately cannot allow that. While I said I do appreciate what you've done until I've made my official decision and rulings presented with all the evidence, cannot be risked. I'm sorry.
Meta question, because it has been a couple weeks. This is the person who gave us directions through the sewer?
Yes.
Okay. Billidan's going to say, quick question. Well, two questions, actually. I've recently become aware of the financial needs of living in a monarchy, and the matter of us being paid for our services, which, and I motion toward the magistrate, we completed. It seems that the people we made that arrangement with are dead. So how does that work? Do we still get paid for doing a job?
Yes, I am aware of your contract. I do have the official administration of the city's handlings and going-ons. You will be paid.
Okay. And what idiot gave you the directions that you gave us?
To the prison.
Hmm.
This is just knowledge that's been handed down to the City Watch commander, the warden, and the captain of the manor. No one's been down there though for generations.
That is pretty obvious, because they were outdated and one might say almost responsible for us not making it back ever. So you may want to take a stroll down there once this is all said and done. Maybe get your directions straight.
I'll add that to the list of things for me to do before I am relieved of my post.
Does he have like a pen and paper sitting on the on his desk?
He's got there's so much paperwork.
Belladin walks up, grabs a piece of paper off the top, takes the pen, dips it in the ink, and says, "Just so you know, on the contract, we've got Roper." He writes Roper. Hydra.
Let me get out the price list for each of these.
Yeah, we killed both of those. They were right underneath the prison, actually. And then how many imps was it? Was it 3 or 4?
At least 5.
I thought it was more 5 or 6.
Those are tax
low
books for shipping.
I'm lowballing it for you. 5.
You're getting the
imps.
package deal.
Yeah.
He just kind of like
the zombie plants.
And then Belladin.
Gosh, I don't think we even have a price for zombie plants.
Yeah, blows on the paper. Oh, right. And then he gets the paper back. The seed infestation. And then blows on it, blows on the ink. Do you have any sand? Probably not. And then turns it around, puts it on top of the pile. That should be taken into account when you pay us out. And then he puts the ink, the pen back in the oil or the ink. And then steps back.
Ooh, Umber Hulks. Add Umber Hulks.
There were Umber Hulks. That's right. There were 3.
Of course, there were Umber Hulks. What would you all like to do? You can either rest in your rooms until the trial, or if you'd like to speak to the Nightingale, that can be arranged.
We're going to speak to her, but we also want leftovers. I imagine there's plenty of leftovers from the party.
That was days ago.
Yesterday? I mean, they're still good if you put them in the fridge right away.
Food will be brought to you.
We'll work on your negotiation skills. That was good in the beginning.
So
Now
so
I
curious. This thing we're going to do with the magistrate and the nightingale. How exactly does this hearing work?
Well, the magistrate speaks up. The prisoner will be brought forth under guard, where I will hear
What
evidence.
a concept. Under guard.
Uh,
Somebody write that down.
numerous guard, I would say, as she looks at the commander. Of course, magistrate. Where I will hear the evidence against her, hear any testimony that people would like to bring forth, and hear from the prisoner herself. After that, I will make my ruling based on the facts presented to me, and she will be sentenced under the official...
Does she get any sort of defense counsel or anything of that nature?
defense. I mean, there are testimonies of witnesses and testimony of the defendant if they wish to.
I see. Just curious.
As I said, you all may be called as you've been in the center of things. In the eye of the storm, if I might say so myself. Commander will have some food brought. We'll have the Nightingale brought if you would like to speak with her before the official proceedings happen. Yes?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes.
Very well. I will get myself ready and change into some... Well, they are clean, but at least some more presentable robes. You'll be notified of when things are ready.
How long do we suspect this will take?
I mean...
Until the hearing?
Until the hearing, I would say at least maybe a good hour or two. I do need to review some things from some... I assume, Commander, you have the written events documented? Yes, Magistrate. Very good. I'll need to review those and prepare. But the Nightingale could be brought up as soon as you are all done eating.
Sounds good to me.
Very good. Well then, I will see you all soon. I thank you again for saving my life. You guys, we'll say, have gotten your meal in. Some leftovers, they're not quite at their, peak freshness, but they're still pretty good. Not quite as elaborate as the meals you had before. The whole household seems to be, but you guys do get your meal. The Nightingale will be brought here, or we could go down there if that would be more suitable, but I will need to be there, and with some extra guards.
Oh, now you bring extra guards.
Well, she apparently was vouched for.
But, someone tried to kill the Count. Why wasn't there a small army of guards around the Count? Seems kind of careless.
Yes, apparently. Yes, well...
Yes, put a bunch of guys with pointy sticks around the guy they tried to kill. It's real hard stuff.
He did have his guard. Why there were more guards, unfortunately...
One whole guard. Oh.
There's supposed to be more. I'm not sure. Apparently, the captain was taking... She says sergeant first, and then she corrects herself. Captain Murden was personally taking guard up as well. But we'll talk more about...
Hold on. He was guarding as well. So he's going to be a witness then? Because he was...
Captain Murden?
Mm-hmm.
He's dead.
He would be if he was alive. He was slain. Along with the other guards.
You said sergeant first. I thought you meant the pretty boy who's now there. And now he's the captain. That's a good point. Yeah. Sorry, yes. I'm so bad with names and titles and all that.
They change pretty quickly around here, apparently.
Lady Nigella was quite the formidable woman. Another great loss. Of many, it seems. Anyone who would like to speak to the Nightingale, we can make our way to her cell, I suppose, Commander. Yes, I'll call the men over, Magistrate, to accompany you.
Commander,
Yes, sir.
what kind of furnishings and or decoration were in the... I assumed the Count was killed in his quarters.
He was.
What is in his room?
He has his bed, his armoires, his a few bookshelves, fireplace, a few lounging chairs, bathing basins.
Any like a bonsai tree he took care of, or maybe flowers that he enjoyed?
No. There are quite a few portraits that were hung on the walls, some tapestries, but that's it.
Okay, thank you. That is all.
A few mirrors, quite a few mirrors.
No one's surprised.
I would say probably an extra, let's see, 8 guards are called over. These men are ready to accompany Magistrate and any who wish to speak to the Nightingale before the official proceedings.
Yeah, I'll go.
I'll go.
I'll go. I'm sorry, Hal. We're trained to detect the truth in others, but we do not use magical means to do so.
Very well. Let's make our way. And you guys are brought down through one of the passageways from the Great Hall to the West Wing, going down another hallway, and then going down a spiral staircase to the small personal holding cells in the manor, which there's only like 3 cells. I would say that not even 3 cells. There's probably like 2. It's not even like cells. They're like heavily reinforced doors and just stone kind of rooms. She is being held here. I have to ask that the door will not be opened, and any conversation had made through the viewing ports. And they are able to open kind of enough to see like the head of the person.
How high up is the viewing port?
It is for a human.
Seems like 3 of us are gonna have a hard time with that.
It is
The
for a
halflings
human.
and the gnome just glare at the guard. Like, seriously? No. That would be undignified. I will do it myself, and I will simply levitate myself up to eye level.
Prisoner, you have people who wish to speak with you? Do I? I hate to keep an audience waiting.
Seriously, you're asking us? Well,
Fenswick. You seem put out.
a bit. So this was
why?
all.
We've had a
It's
grand
just all an act.
I am an entertainer.
So you don't deny that you killed the count?
Oh, I killed the Count. A couple of his guards and some sniveling servant of some sorts.
So
Roll me an insight check.
I just rolled shitty, so
You believe everything she says completely.
yeah, apparently.
You can't see her really, so it's hard to tell because you're on the ground.
Yeah, I'm listening
Oh,
through
that's
the door.
funny. Yeah.
I'm
You're just
peeking
listening
through
to
the
her
crack.
voice.
Yeah, I'm just
I
listening to her voice.
I got a 19.
19? Okay.
yeah, do I buy this whole act?
Give me an insight check.
Not my. Yeah, apparently I have no idea.
You're believing that she played us like she's coming off like she didn't
Well,
care.
you know, I was always a little suspicious, so I'm
Right.
I'm buying this.
Mm-hmm.
We're chumps. So you realize they're just gonna like kill you, right? They're gonna convict you and they're gonna kill you.
My mission is done.
The mission.
Belladin turns away from the door, so he's like has his shoulder touching Hal's shoulder, but he's facing away as Hal is facing the door, and he puts his right hand up onto Hal's shoulder and leans in and says, "I'm sorry, my friend. She seems to have been acting all the while, and she definitely killed them. This is the real her now."
Who else would I be but me? Oh, Hal. Don't be like that. Weren't you so sweet before? You can go peering through the thing in the door. It's dark in the room. There's no window on the other side. It's just the light coming in from the sconces in the short little hall that you guys are in. And from what you can see, it looks like her. I do like the spotlight, but you'll have to warn me next time. And it looks like the Blue Nightingale. And
What if,
now dried bloodstained robes.
I'm just going to blow a spell spot and cast Detect Magic.
You cast Detect Magic.
And I'm kind of looking through the portal in. I don't care about anything except what's inside the cell. The cell.
You do not get any magical essence other than the numerous item companion. Nothing in the cell.
Okay, well that's good enough for me. And I'll inform that it's her. As far as I can tell, she's not under any magical compulsion or.
I will have to ask that no contact be made with the prisoner.
We'll have our chance later.
You're still like levitating right there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna lean over and whisper into your ear so the Blue Nightingale. Actually, you're floating there. I put a hand on your chest and like push you away from the door. So,
and I'm like, whoa.
She can't hear what I'm saying to you, and I say, I can just cast Dispel Magic on her and see if it does something.
Yeah, I can do that too, but sure, go for it.
Okay. And then I'll push him back towards the hole in the door. And I will cast Dispel Magic on her to just its base level 3.
You gather.
I'm like, amateur.
You gather the magical energy within yourself, feeding off of the life force from the stones around you, the fire, even the once living or organic material of your clothes and companions' clothes, and focus it into yourself and weave it into the spell. And she's just standing there.
I look at the magistrate and say, don't be alarmed. I was seeing if there's any compulsion on her at all, and that was an attempt to remove it. But as you can see, she is unchanged. So this is just her.
Yes, well, please inform me ahead of time next time before any such endeavors are made. As I said,
of course.
Thank you. Is that all that you have for this prisoner? Yes, is that all you have for me after our time together? Dear friend.
Why did you do it?
I'm gonna go with him. Are there any plants in this room?
In the guest quarters?
Her quarters where she was. I'm gonna go to a plant that is in the quarters, and I cast Speak with Plants. So what kind of plant am I talking to?
Say it's a fern.
Oh, hello, little one. Do you have a name?
Hi. I don't think so.
Would you?
No, and I've never. No one's ever asked. I've never heard anyone before. I don't think I've ever spoken before.
Well, one of the greatest
weird.
things that we can do is pick a name. So why don't you pick a name for yourself before we get started?
Oh man, that's a lot of responsibility. Do I want it to be a short name? A long name? Name that has a meaning? What's
Belladin
the
walks
name?
over and pulls a chair over to the fern.
This is important. It's my name.
I once spent a weekend at a fellow's cabin. He was a kind fellow. His name was Bernie. I think you would be good with the name Fernie.
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 I like it. Fernie.
Yeah.
I'm Fernie.
Good to meet you, Fernie. I'm Belladin.
Hi, Belladin. That's a nice name.
Thank you. I like it. Well, you've probably had an interesting cycle. You know, the sun up and sun down. Were you aware? I imagine you don't exactly sleep. At least the plants I've spoken to in the past haven't slept. Did you notice what happened in here? About, I look over at Hal. How long ago was it? 10 hours ago? 12? So I look up in the sky, like around what is the sun's like? Is it like noon?
Yeah, I'll say it's around noon now.
Okay, so when it wasn't bright outside, but instead there was no light at all, it was the opposite. Did you see the woman who was staying in here? Did you see her get up? Did you see what happened here?
Oh, yeah, the blue one?
Yes.
The mean one?
Oh, mean one. Okay, that's good to know. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know, the mean one wasn't as nice. But, yeah, she had some trouble with, that other guy who was staying here.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed to not want her to go,
Mm-hmm.
but she wanted to go real bad. So, I don't know. They got real close, and then he started, like, just leaking his water everywhere.
Oh, yes. Yeah, people need water too, but usually we need to keep it inside, so that is definitely a problem. And then I imagine she left afterwards. Did she take anything from the man after he fell?
No, I don't. I'm not sure. They got kind of close. I'm not super perceptive. I don't really have eyes, so
Right. Yeah.
I just kind of sense things around me.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell him I could use maybe a little bit more sun sometimes? It gets a little dark in here, and
Good to know. Is he like in a planter that's like stuck to the floor, or is he in a pot that I can like move?
he's in a pot.
I look over at Hal. I say, Hal, can you, if you're done investigating, can you help me move this pot closer to the balcony or the window?
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, that's sudden.
Just where it's going to get more sun. Maybe not direct sunlight, but just more sun.
Okay, there's no balcony on this room, but
Well, maybe just near the window.
yeah. He was kind of in a corner, and there's a window that he could probably be near too.
Yeah, just like underneath the window.
Oh,
Yeah.
that feels great.
There you go. Thank you, Hal. And thank you, Fernie. Do you have anything else you remember?
It's kind of hard. I am a fern.
Right.
Let's see. I mean, that lady seemed to get in quite a bit of arguments with those guards.
Did she come back here after that, or?
No, it was before.
Oh, she was arguing with them before. Okay.
Yeah.
Just the one, or multiple of the guards?
I only really sensed one before, but I'm not too sure. I'm not sure when, but yeah.
Okay. So I read here that it can like move its stalks and branches freely. So I put my hand like near the fern, and I go. So we, people anyway, tend to shake when you meet people or you say goodbye, and that was a lot of information. I hope you're happy with where you are. I just wanted to shake you goodbye, and I like put my hand in the branches to like shake.
Oh, that's weird, but this whole thing has been weird. but it's been kind of nice. Thank you for the sun.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'll let them know that you need to be put somewhere where there's more sun.
I don't know why Fernie somehow turned into Pumat, but okay.
Yeah, it happened. and then yeah, I'll just kind of shoot the shit with Fernie until the spell ends, and then I'll look over at Hal, who might still be investigating, and say, "All right, well, you know how I spoke to the vines in the prison. Fernie and I just had a conversation, and apparently, you're the blue woman, tiefling, had a lot of arguments with the guard and guards in general, and had a lot of problems. And then at about midnight last night, like that, you know what? I didn't really ask Fernie. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because at midnight she stabbed him or hurt him in some way where he was just bleeding all over the place. And then that's when she left the room and did the rest. No, Fernie said the guard was arguing with her. And then they got real close and he started leaking water, which I'm pretty sure means blood. But Fernie wouldn't know that.
How about you would have seen some stains on the floor?
I mean, it sounds, based from what she said at the doorway, it sounds like that was her goal from the beginning. It was her contract. She sounds like this is something that she just does. Fernie wouldn't have really understood language at the time. Fernie didn't know common until I gave Fernie the ability to know common. Right. So, yeah, just what he sensed and what he saw. Like, yeah, it looks like she tricked everybody. He called her the mean lady. So, I mean, if a plant thinks somebody's mean, it's gotta say something, right? Every step that I've been inside the city has been awful, and this is ridiculous. I mean, we saved her, and then she killed the people that it's ridiculous. This is not something I'm used to, so I understand where you're coming from, but my goal is taking me to the Enroll Conclave, which we just heard about with the corrupted druid. Apparently that's where the druid was from, so I don't know if you want to... I'll go with you if you want to take a stop there first. I think that's on our way north. Why does this still smell like the sewer? Because Fentwith cleaned us off. Is that just what cities smell like? Let's head back, but I think we're on the same page. This is not really our problem even.
You guys head back to the Great Hall where you meet up with the rest of the party who has come up now from the cells, unless you guys, Fentwick or Enil, had anything more to say down there.
I asked from the bot, like, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to say to her.
Okay. Enil?
I want to ask. I ask, why did you do it?
Oh, Enil. You see her kind of lean up towards the thing and kind of look down at you. Takes a second. You'll get your answers. Maybe not the ones you really seek. She just smiles and steps back.
Okay. I look to Fentwick, or I say to Fentwick, I know another assassin when I see one.
Oh, now you see her. Thank you.
I wasn't paying attention. She got me too.
Let's go back to the rest of the party.
Yeah.
Didn't you say you were a cocktail waitress? Well, I'm almost
Well, you
ready.
know, a lot of assassins come in for drinks.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
it'll all be sorted out.
Working at the purse.
So you guys make your way back up to the Great Hall. A few more minutes while the magistrate, the desk is cleaned off. There's just one set of parchments neatly arranged now, put there by some servants, and a new, different set of quill and ink. And the magistrate takes a seat and says, "The prisoner will now be brought forward. We will begin the trial of Marisol, otherwise known as the Blue Nightingale, for the murders of Count Linnaeus. Captain Murden, Steward Elric, and House Guard Leland. We will hear testimony from various parties, which the defendant may then enter her confession if she wishes, or her defense, and I will make my rule. Guard presence is, doubled pretty much in the room. There are a few house officials and other city officials, kind of like lesser nobility looking, gathered in one area, the opposite side of the room from you, and the Nightingale is brought up. And the magistrate holds up a parchment and says, Metasol, aka the Blue Nightingale, you are hereby charged with the murders, and she names the names again, of yesterday night. You are charged with killing the guardsman, Leland, who was watching over you. She names 2 guards. Killing not only the steward outside of the Count's chambers, but the Captain Murden and another guard, then making your way into the Count's chambers where you killed him. How do you plead? Guilty as charged. We will now hear evidence from witnesses. A couple guards are brought up, a couple of the noblemen, and they tell pretty much accounts from the party. One's like, yes, well, I was invited by the Count. As you know, I'm one of the more prominent shipping barons of Sugod, and I was attending the party and was quite looking forward to the Blue Nightingale's performance, as I had never actually been to the Jester's Coin. I wouldn't be seen there, but I've heard her performances are quite stunning. I saw her and her company, including the owner of the Jester's Coin. I forget the man's name, honestly. They arrived quite early. Not quite as early as me. They arrived, were brought into the Lord's Manor, where they were preparing, I suppose. The Blue Nightingale gave her performance, after which suddenly there was some sort of commotion on the outside when this apparent siege happened, and me and my lady were forced to stay outside in the cold courtyard for who knows, hours. Yes, during the party, there was an attack by, some of that help. And apparently part of this Blue Nightingale's party, when these people over here became involved, and I'm not quite sure I was near the food tents, most of it, but I did see that. And then there's a couple other accounts, and pretty much goes through the party. May I call next Enil to testify?
I stand quietly and head to the wherever the director.
You mentioned that you were working there at the Jester's Coin. May I ask when that came about, why you were working there suddenly, and then apparently in the company that was not only saved the Count's life, but then went to go on and save mine? How did that happen?
Yes, it's true. I was working at the Jester's Coin. I came across this group when I recognized an old friend. And that is when they were attacked by, as Halvar shared, these demon or imp creatures summoned by this ugly looking gnome creature. And that's how I came across this group and joined them on their quest.
Hey, that's such encounters and such fights are not usually the purview of regular cocktail waitresses.
I've known to have some skill in protecting myself.
How long have you been working at the Jester's Coin?
A few months.
Do you know anything of its illicit ops or the plannings and motivations?
what bar or I mean, the gentleman earlier said it. He would not even find himself in a place like that for various reasons. There's always dealings happening at places like this.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I'm asking you, what do you know?
Oh, I know that it is run by some unsavory, and
What do you know of this plot? What do you know of the involvement of Ulian and the defendant?
this plot I had no clue that this was the Blue Nightingales. I was again came across. I saw an old friend and joined them in this fight, which seemed out of ordinary, but it is
Jester's coin.
the Jester's coin. It is the Jester's coin, after all.
Very well. Any other of your group would like to testify or bring forth any information that they might know? Guards Desmond.
And how did they? How did that come to be? Did they hear a commotion? Did they just stumble on it?
Let me read if I have the report. Guard Desmond, why don't you? I have the report here in front of me, but why don't you tell Sir Fenswick here and the rest of the group and the rest of the assembly what happened? Yes, magistrate. I was making my rounds, and she just came up to me. She had a bloody dagger in her hand. I pulled out my sword. I pointed my spear, and I told her to halt. She put down the knife and said she'd killed the count, ma'am.
No explanation. So she casually killed 3 men, but made no attempt to escape or fight her way out. Just walked up to the first guard she found and confessed.
Yeah.
Just let you take her.
I mean, I had my weapons, sir.
The other men had weapon too. She killed them without too much trouble. But she didn't even try.
I don't know. She put down the dagger and confessed. I called for backup and took her into custody, and commander was brought. We went to go actually search for the captain, but we found that he was killed as well. That's when the commander was called for.
Do I believe that guy?
Roll me an insight check.
So
Paladin
good at
is
this.
also like watching everybody. May I do it as well? Because he's just fascinated. He's never been in a courtroom before.
Fair. Roll me an insight check. Okay. Yeah, the guard completely telling the truth. He seems kind of just as dumbfounded at the situation as the rest of you.
How it all happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, guardsman. Anything else, Fenswick, or should I say Sir Merindil?
That brings up my second point. The only reason my companions and I even got into this party to try to prevent the assassination was that the Blue Nightingale helped us get in. We sent her a message magically, and she arranged for us to get past the guards. But if her whole purpose in being here was to kill the Count, why do that? She could have just ignored us, or she could have told the guards a bunch of crashers were going to try to get in and have us apprehended. Letting us in makes it less likely the Count would be assassinated, so why do it?
Question. I think now would be the good time for the defendant to speak. Do you have anything to say? Well, I wasn't planning to kill the Count. That's what we hired the assassins for. Then they were supposed to come after me and Ulian's guards, or you all, who were supposed to protect and kill the assassins, drawing suspicion for myself and tying up loose ends. But you appeared to be more effective than I gave you credit for, so I had to improvise.
And once you've once you'd killed the Count, why not try to escape? If you've already said you don't care if you get killed as a result of this trial, why not fight your way out and possibly get out?
Well, there was no way it wouldn't be known it was me at this point, so...
But you'd be free. You could elude capture.
But then I can't tell my story. Don't you want to hear my story?
Oh, please, I am all ears.
Yeah, who hired you?
Tell your story.
Well, there was apparently some other sniveling lord. Sir Giles, I believe his name was.
Am I to take was to indicate that he is no longer with us?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen him. But, yeah, apparently he wasn't too happy with, the Count here and his appointment. So, but yeah, who knows?
So you're implying what? That Giles was behind this attack?
That's who we were hired. Who Sir Giles answers to. Well, I believe the court knows.
Do I believe her?
Roll me an insight check.
Man, I'm rolling like crap tonight. A 13.
13. She is hard to read.
Yep.
Remembering that there was that whole scheme about the ring and Giles and all that. Yeah, I'd like to insight her too.
Go for it. And like I said, Sir Giles and whoever he answers to may not be too happy with Count Linnaeus and maybe the House Roldan.
At this point, I'd like to put some information into the tribunal that might have a bearing on this.
Of course, Sir Fenswick or Sir Merindale. She kind of gives you that kind of like friendly admonishment.
Yes. I used a false name. I admit it.
Moving on.
We were trying to save the Count's life.
Sir Fenswick.
The information is basically, I'll tell her the relevant points about there was a plot to steal Giles' ring. We don't know quite what it was, but there's some implication. It seems awfully suspicious that she's now trying to implicate this person. It calls the veracity of what she's saying somewhat into question.
Interesting.
I mean, if she should produce any information that involves a signet ring having been put onto a wax seal, I would be highly suspicious of this evidence.
The only evidence found on the assassins was this blank parchment. Blank for now.
But yes, the parchment that we caught from one of the assassins.
Come now, don't you know anything about secret messages or missives or any such things like that? The Nightingale tells the court. It wouldn't be quite the secret message if just you can read it right out.
So I would like to present, because I took it, I have it in my possession.
If you could please hand that over. I thought you had no more information regarding this incident.
Things have changed.
It seems like things did not change, yet your forthcomingness did.
Connected. And I hand it over.
One of the guards takes it. Well, if you just put anything a little bit, if you have some vinegar or some citrus, just wipe it along and bring it towards heat. It'll reveal all.
And Neil, just a question from one friend to another. Are assassins usually so forthwith with information and so happy to tell who paid them to do their job?
Not usually. This is very suspect. Yes, this is very suspect. I mean, usually what one with no regard to the aftermath would, at this point, try, as Halbar said, or I believe Fentwick or one, I forget who said it, but try to escape or end their life, because it would be more simpler. This seems to be devious. More devious.
As you guys are talking, some of the guards have brought forth a small bowl of liquid and kind of dab the parchment and hold it over a candle, and you see writing appear. And the magistrate starts reading aloud. The bearer of this note is allowed passage through the Great Wall under orders Duke Elias Elensor, as recorded by his vassal, Sir Giles, along with a seal at the bottom.
Who is this Sir Giles again?
The leader up in Nestle Rock, and he's the one whose ring was being stolen and replaced. That's right, you were not with us when that whole plot unhatched. It's the whole reason we went into the marshes. And
What's the seal look like?
It looks like the flower head of a daisy inside a triangle, inside a circle, and then a square. And then there's like some scrolling around it. And if you remember, Fenswick, when you did detect magic on the parchment, there was a slight bit of magic where the seal would be.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
When you did detect magic earlier, like before you guys went to go to the prison, remember? You guys were eating and you did detect magic on the parchment, and you got a faint bit of magical essence on the parchment. It's where the seal is. And the seal does now that it's kind of shimmers. It doesn't look like the rest of the ink. Yes, I recognize these seals. Some of the lords use them. They are magical in essence, so they cannot be duplicated except for their signet ring.
The signet ring that you said was stolen? I look towards the group.
Seems to be tried to be stolen, correct?
It was stolen and replaced. It was borrowed, essentially.
So borrowed to make these and then given back.
Apparently.
Commander Ian has Sir Giles, and any evidence or testimony from him? I'm afraid not, Magistrate, since the party. We have not had time. He was not initially found in the manor after the initial attack, and we have not had time to search the city with everything else going on.
While we're discussing this, what's going on the Blue Nightingale's face? Like, if I'm looking at her, how's she reacting to us discussing the nature of these seals and the fact that the signet ring was stolen and that there seems to be suspect?
Yeah, I would be keeping my eye on her reactions.
Both give me insight checks.
Okay.
Wow, I am rolling so good. That's a 10.
Yeah.
Damn it, Neil. Good job. I'm glad somebody can roll above a 5.
Magistrate, you have my confession. I, obviously. Who else was here to kill the Duke? You have evidence.
Magistrate, can I beg a short recess?
Short recess. How long do you need?
I don't know. Half an hour?
Yes, that should be fine. We'll reconvene in 30 minutes. Please see the prisoner back to her cell. Yes, Magistrate.
Get the party out.
Yeah.
In the hallway. Out of earshot.
All right.
I'll tell Halbar, if you want to help the Nightingale, follow me.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. I'll follow Fenswick.
I hope everybody else. I really hope everyone else is following too.
I'm following. I'm
like shooing everyone along.
Okay.
I'm following, but confused. I'm just gonna whisper to the group. She definitely murdered the man. Why are we helping her?
You asked me earlier, as we're walking out, Belladin, you asked me earlier if this is the regular dealings of an assassin. This is not. This is something deeper. There's something going on. But I believe Fentwick perhaps might be able to fill in with some stuff, because we don't know.
Like Belladin, you're a druid, right? You can do that crazy shape changey magic. Do you know how to change into anything that has a really good sense of smell?
Yes. Give me a second.
Well, not just yet, but I mean, for instance, could you tell the difference between a human and something that wasn't a human?
That's interesting.
I told you Bentwick was the smartest guy I know.
Something's not right.
I can change into a little mischief maker badger that relies on smell. But I could. Well, we probably can't cast anything offensively, but the spell that you've seen me use, Moonbeam, harnessing the light of the moon, is especially difficult to shape changers. If they fail in their ability to withstand the power, they will instantly revert back to their original form, and can't assume different.
Even better.
Yes, I can do that.
I like
This
it.
whole time, I'm marching towards the cells.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like a good dramatic ending. Let's go. I'm with you, Fentwick. She's definitely, or it is definitely hiding something behind its bravado.
You guys make your way down to the cells. There's 2 guards down there. Excuse me, I'm not sure if you're allowed to be down here.
Oh, we're allowed to be down here.
I'm gonna have to ask you to get the permission of the magistrate.
Should we have the magistrate?
Maybe the magistrate should
help
be
with
here.
this? Yeah, to see this happen.
Yeah, please, by all means, call the
Grab
magistrate.
Yeah.
You could use my cell phone if you want. Oh wait, wrong game.
Can we ask what you all like, what you're doing down here?
No, you may not.
You may go get the magistrate. We'll wait.
Okay, we'll go. Yep. And they both start to leave.
Oh,
I'll grab one of them by the arm.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you worried about?
Give me a
This
grapple
person-
check.
Yeah. Time to get serious.
That's just a 7. I'm gonna use lucky. I'm gonna use lucky.
As this is happening,
21.
I'm noticing that. Nice. As I'm
right.
seeing this happen, can I go and rush up towards where I think the magistrate is to go get her myself? While this is happening right now, while Halbar's trying to grab one of the guards.
Give me an acrobatics check, as the other guard's gonna try to grab you.
Okay.
What'd you get?
14.
No, Halbar.
21.
I think you got like a 41.
401.
You got a 21?
Yes.
He got a 21. I rolled really well. I rolled a natural 20.
How about the other one that I'm trying to get away
Let me
from?
make sure this is right.
How far away? I mean, they're doing this right here. Is one of them trying to leave and the other one's grabbing a Neil?
As the Neil tries to dart forward, they go to grab a Neil, like the one ahead, like tries to
There's
grab
2
her
of them, right?
before she can get ahead of him.
You said there's 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I get out? Did I escape or he got
What
me?
did you roll?
Oh, 14.
Yeah, no, he got you. I rolled a 19.
How does it work where, because I've only done battle, right? So if this is kind of like a interactivity that's happening.
Let's
Looks like
roll
Halbar-
initiative, actually.
Oh,
Ooh,
it's
we're rolling
initiative time.
initiative.
Got it.
But we'll just do theater of the mind for this, because it's just
Well,
Okay.
pretty small.
Yeah.
or we.
Okay, so you guys are in a small space. Like, you're literally like, it's maybe 15 by 15 feet, certainly, like 15 by, let's say, 30 feet. And then there's a staircase, which is like only 10 feet across. And you guys the guards were going to leave, like, we'll go get the magistrate. Yep. And then Halbar tries to grab one, and the guy is able to actually adrenaline pumping through him, like no chance in hell is able to escape from Halbar's grasp. And you try to dart in front of the other guy, and he's actually able to grab your ankle on the staircase. So we'll say, yeah, I mean, you guys can be anywhere. It's 15 feet, but you guys can get anywhere in the room. So, Poppy, what are you gonna do? What is Poppy gonna do?
Poppy is going to. Who is the furthest?
Probably the one holding on to you is further.
I would say. I would actually go defer to Halbar and Fentwick because they. Well, you guys know her character well. What would she do? I'm gonna let you guys kind of play her. Actually,
She would escape first.
yeah, that's what.
Well, no, it's not. Poppy's not grappled, and Enil is.
Yeah. Like she would help. She would probably go to whoever's closest, right? To
She'd
kind of.
probably go invisible.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed about her attacking style. She hides first.
Okay, so Poppy goes invisible.
That's her bonus action, right?
Well, no,
Their
that would be her. If she's going invisible, that would be her action.
Yeah.
that's her turn.
I think she could hide as a bonus action or something. But if she goes invisible, then she probably bonus action hide.
Hide, yeah. So
Yeah.
she'll say she does that.
Yes, bonus action hide, and then.
I'll say she'll probably run up ahead of the guy. Actually,
Yep, and then hide up there.
hide
So
up
you
there.
should
Just
roll a stealth check
roll
on
a
her
stealth.
on her page.
Okay. Ooh, look at her stealth. Nice.
Halbar.
Pass without a trace is gone, right?
I haven't used it in a long time.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to bonus
Might be
action
on
rage,
me,
and then I'm going to try to grapple
Okay.
this guy and say, "Ooh, just stay here so we make sure there's any funny business." And I'm going to try to
All
grapple
right.
him.
Oh, I wish he had advantage. It was so good. Well, I rolled another natural 20, but that was only be if I have advantage. So I rolled a 5.
Oh,
Nice.
I grab him,
Okay.
and then I try to knock him prone.
That would be an attack, so you can make a shove attack.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Six.
There's no
Nice.
he's no ease, but I rolled another natural 20, but only on advantage.
You are officially
14.
shoved.
So he is grappled and prone.
Nice.
We're only trying to get the magistrate. What do? You're attacking a god. You'll be thrown in shackles for this.
As he chokes as you're grappling him. I'm okay. Alright.
Did he say God or
stay
guard?
here
You're
to make
attacking
sure
the
there's
guard.
no funny business.
You're making fun of my accent.
Just a little.
As he breaks free of your grasp once, that just pisses you off to no regard. You're like, this insignificant guard, how dare he beat you? And you just clamp onto him and like literally just pick him up and body slam him onto the ground. Enil.
Oh hell, I'm gonna punch this guy. Well, he grabbed me by the ankle, right? So I'm gonna try to acrobatically release myself and then kick him.
You won't be able to kick him. You can either get out of the grapple or you can attack.
Ah, because I'm in a grapple right now.
Yes.
Okay, I will get out of a grapple. Can I
So make
like kinda
me an athletics or acrobatics check.
acrobatics, please?
Alright.
Regular roll, right?
Acrobatics check.
Acrobatics check, okay.
19 versus 16. You break free of the grapple.
Awesome. So that's my action, right?
Yes.
Okay, so bonus action do I
Patient defense. Or, yeah. Patient
I can
defense
do-
or step of the wind is your only options for bonus act.
I will, yeah. I mean, step of the wind. I'm gonna step of the wind so that and then try to make my distance because I'm gonna go ahead and try to grab
Okay.
the magistrate.
it.
Yeah,
You are gone. You're gone.
I'm booking it. Yeah, I'm
You're
going
gone.
to get the magistrate.
So we'll just say that's what you're doing.
Yep,
So
I'm in the
Fentwick.
Twin Spire Mountains.
Yeah.
So what's the deal? One guy's grappled, the other guy's free.
You see Halbar just grab onto this guy and body slam him onto the ground, and the other guard was holding on to Enil when suddenly she just does like a front flip out of it. Like she grabs onto her ankles and she literally like does a front cartwheel, and just you see her just book it up the stairs.
Okay. Well, on that guard, then I will cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Wisdom save of 16.
He makes it. God, these guards are like superheroes.
I'm rolling really well. Or I guess the digital dice are rolling well.
I'm glad they're rolling good for somebody.
It is now the guard's turn. The one is going to try to break free of your grapple. Halbar?
All right. 18.
Yeah, you rolled a 10, so he fails. The other guard is going to run.
Right by Poppy?
My Poppy, yeah. Poppy's gonna... Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yep.
She would hide and hold her action to stop him if...
No,
She can't hold her action, but she could take an attack of opportunity if he goes by her.
Got it.
She can, if she wishes, with advantage.
Yep. And she can try to... Because it's an attack, she could, like, trip him or grapple him. Or
Yeah, she's gonna try to trip him. Like, stop him from getting...
Remember, in D&D, you can always specify non-lethal damage.
Non-lethal damage!
I'm not imagining that.
That's right.
No, you're
correct.
You don't want to kill him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I think for melee attacks, it's kind of hard to say that for spells. Like, I'm going to do a fireball with non-lethal damage. I don't think that works.
With melee, you have control. Yeah.
I got to look up the rules. But for me, like, melee attacks, okay. But, like, even range attacks, how are you going to do non-lethal with an arrow?
Unless you're using a different type of arrow. They make
Yeah.
non-lethal arrows, but you'd have to get them made.
Yeah. So
Gotta have the rare beanbag arrow design.
So I'm
Like
going
a
to
second
say
arrow.
for this campaign going forward, you can do non-lethal on melee attacks or specified ranged ammunition.
Got it. Cool.
So because she's invisible, if she's taking an attack of opportunity, it would be an attack with advantage.
With advantage, with sneak attack.
non-lethal, preferably tripping.
Well, you're the one rolling it, Oliver.
You gotta.
Well, I was gonna say, would Poppy, is she the type to kill or non-lethal?
She would do non-lethal, I think.
She'd do non-lethal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll do her dagger. Oh wait, it's not her turn, is it?
It's an attack of opportunity.
Attack of opportunity.
Oh, opportunity. Sorry. Jeez, follow along, Oliver.
Wow.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
you. Oh no, you
No.
rolled for Poppy.
Nope. It's
It's
Poppy.
Poppy.
Oh,
And she rolled-
jeez.
She rolled a 3 and a 2.
Yikes. Those are the worst, like, halfling rolls, too. The two.
Yeah, that misses. All right, so that guard going to dash. He would be behind you because
Okay.
you're faster than him, I believe. What's your speed?
40. So
Yeah.
I'm like 80.
You're like he's 20 feet behind you.
Okay.
Belladin.
Belladin's going to lean against the wall where he's standing and say,
You.
I don't understand
That's
any
the
of
boy.
this. Why are they both running? Why are
They're
we
in
stopping
on
them?
it, you fools. They're in on it. Stop
why-
them.
Why are we...
Stop them.
I didn't know that they would be on duty down here. I'm dumb, okay?
Fentwick is the smartest guy I know.
So do we want them alive or dead?
Alive.
I think we need them alive.
Yeah.
It would probably our whole argument would look very bad if we slaughtered them.
Yeah, we're attacking guards.
That would take a lot more explaining to the magistrate. We're standing like knee deep in the blood with the weapons, like, but we have a good excuse.
You gave us the recess.
Hey, my 30 minutes isn't up.
Is that your turn, Belladin?
No. I pick up my staff. Well, I was just leaning against the wall with it, but then I walk my full 35 feet,
Mm-hmm.
which puts me within 25 feet of the guard that's running away,
Uh-huh.
and I cast Thorn Whip.
Okay. Go for it.
Nice.
Yeah, so you're behind him, like up like the stairs, you know, you can just see him around the corner.
That's a 23 to hit.
Hits.
That's let's roll it. That's 8 points of damage, and he's pulled 10 feet towards me.
Okay.
I will kill you if I must. I have the ability to suck all of the water from your body with one spell until you are a dried husk on the floor.
Roll me an intimidation check.
That's a 5.
Ooh.
The Ashley Johnson the Federation of Adventurers.
I am now, yeah, dude. That's what I've been like this whole week. I've just been rolling so poorly.
Oh, it happens, man.
You need juju clearance.
At least I hit the damn
Yeah,
person, right?
you got him and
Yeah.
you pulled him back. So.
That's all you get.
All right, Poppy's turn.
So now, he's closer again.
He is now 50 feet from her.
Oh, 50.
'Cause he-
Okay.
Dashed. And then got pulled back 10.
How does her
50 feet up. So it's like up
But
a
I've-
staircase.
What I've seen her do is like she does the attack and then hides. That's like what I've seen her do. So I'm gonna say that she takes out her whip.
She could move and then bonus action dash, I think, and then do
Yeah.
an action.
Yeah, and be
Ooh,
right up
that's
next to
her-
him.
Okay, yeah, that's what she's gonna do.
And plus, she's
Okay.
got mobile, so she's got like what 35 or 40.
Yeah,
40
she's 40
feet,
as
yeah.
well.
She's freaking fast.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
over there.
All right, I'm over there. And then she's going to
Thorn Whip non-lethal.
see what is gonna have the better hit. No, dagger, non-lethal.
All right,
Regular roll.
with advantage.
Let me roll that with advantage. I'll do it
Yeah,
one more
that-
time.
I mean, it
Well,
doesn't matter.
let's see if it's a natural 20.
Natural 20.
I
No,
mean-
I'll take the 21.
So 25.
Yeah. He goes unconscious as Poppy. You don't,
Nice.
Paladin. You're not you. Although you're kind of used to Poppy being invisible now.
Mhm.
You get a sense of movement from you, and you're saying this to the guard. He's like, "No, you'll never take me. I don't care what you say." And then you just see like his head like jolt for a second, and then he falls back unconscious.
Nice.
Getting hit in the head with the hilt of the dagger,
Yep.
just knocked out.
Yep.
Badass.
And we'll say Halbar, that guy is not escaping your grapple.
Awesome.
You guys can just knock him unconscious. So
Yep.
drop out of initiative.
Can we,
You guys will say knock out both guards.
Can we just say the
Or
image
you
of
can-
the image
got-
of Poppy? Like,
Do they have
sitting
the-
on top of him?
Keys on them by any chance?
Give me an investigation check. You guys can. You tell me. You choose what you want to do with the other guard that Hal has pinned.
Since I'm next, I'm gonna knock him unconscious.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll say
Uh,
that. You guys do that. All right.
And we'll-
they do
we'll
have the
pull-
keys on him.
We'll pull the other guard back and then just kind
Yeah.
of. Do they have manacles on them as well?
Down here, I would say, yeah. Give
Right.
depends what investigation check. They have keys, manacles.
I'm gonna suggest. I'm gonna look at the group. We should manacle their arms and legs together, but like in a
Okay.
way to where when they stand up, they would just be like a. They have pretzels here, right? Like a pretzel.
I got a simpler idea, and I'll point at the cell across from where the
Oh, yeah,
blue
there
nightingale
you
is.
Oh,
Open up
so-
that one.
Lock him up.
Good call.
Well, if it's a cell, I assume it has. Well, if does it have bars or it's just a door?
One door, and then there's that portcullis that they can open up that has bars.
Yeah. So we can't like put their hands through the bars and manacle them.
No.
Okay. Well, the cell will work well enough.
All right. You guys open the cell across.
If there's no one in there, we should check to see if anybody's in there.
No, just open it. Trust me.
I'll open it.
You open it, and you see a hooded figure bound, completely covered head to toe, and then bound head and feet.
There she is.
I'll rush in there and pull that person out. Kind of.
Okay.
I'll manhandle that person and pull them out and pull the hood back.
All right. Staring at you wide-eyed, you see a blue-skinned tiefling gagged.
Damn.
I'll pull the gag down
Hal, you came to save me.
and I'll plant a
And she
big
just burst
fat
into tears.
kiss.
And she
Sorry, I
kisses you
wasn't
back.
there. How awesome.
I help Fentwick put the bodies of the unconscious guards in there, and then we'll close it and probably wait for the magistrate to show up because that's where Oliver went to go get her, right?
Yep. I'm heading over there already.
So, Anil eventually comes down with the magistrate, and she sees Hal holding the bound Nightingale. Still bound, because he hasn't unbound her yet. They're still kissing.
Nope.
And the magistrate, what in the hell is going on here? Why is the prisoner out?
Hold on. And then Belladin motions towards the cell where the fake Nightingale is. Why don't you look in there?
And she opened the portcullis up. She gasps, what in the nine hells?
Do I have your position, or your permission, actually, Magistrate, to use a spell which would hopefully make this one look the way like she's supposed to look? You know.
Do it.
Well, first, let me assist first.
Okay.
So before you cast your spell, I will cast Mind Sliver on the occupant of the cell.
And what does that do? It's the disadvantage or the minus D4 on the save. Is it kind of like a one-time bane thing?
Yeah, read it. It's intelligence saving throw.
Can I also do this?
They have to make they have to make an intelligence saving throw, or they take some damage. But the next saving throw they make before the end of the next turn, they have to roll a D4 and subtract off the value rolled from the saving throw.
I would also like to do something before as well. I would like to do.
Can you control who that affects?
Who, me?
I mean, none of us are making saving throws, I guess. Yeah, when you do that, is that to one person?
It's to one. It's to one creature. Are you talking to me or to Oliver?
To Oliver, because he's going to do something that gives her disadvantage on her next saving throw. But is that going to affect all of us?
No, I can focus it on somebody who I can see within 15 feet. Unsettling presence. That's what I'm doing.
Let's do it both. Put that up there too. So
I'm putting it up there.
Disadvantage and a D4.
Yep.
Well, she fails the intelligence save.
Oh man.
Well, probably should do that after I do mine.
Yep,
otherwise, yeah.
Yep. The mind sliver, then the unsettling presence.
Let's make sure it happens.
Ooh, that's actually 2d6 damage. No.
It's not likely to kill her, but
intelligence saving throw 9.
Okay.
9.
Okay. So she takes 7 psychic, and I guess can roll a D4 here.
A D4 off of the next saving throw.
And it's a
and 4.
Minus
4.
Ooh.
All right.
With unsettling presence, that's the disadvantage.
All right.
And then I cast Moonbeam inside.
And then that is a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Oh, I rolled a natural set. I rolled a 17 and a 7.
If she's a if it's a shapeshifter, they would have had disadvantage anyway. If it was a shape changer, and then so if it fails, here I'll just put it in. Reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until it leaves the spell's light.
So,
reveal.
Oh, look at my damage! 2 2s on a 2d10.
That's all you need. God. You don't need anything.
Yeah, it's true. It doesn't matter the damage.
Let me just know if this works.
Oh, cool.
You guys see the form of the Nightingale shift to this kind of gray, androgynous, humanoid-shaped figure with bright yellow eyes, and small pointed ears, and just staring back at you, snarling.
Fenthwick, you do the honor. You're the one who figured this out.
Yeah, I totally figured this out on my own with no help.
I'm gonna just
absolutely.
I'm gonna look at this. I say, Fenthwick, great job. I would say to the doppelganger, you're right. Everything was revealed as you said. Doppelganger.
It just snarls.
There's your murderer.
Oh, and the 2 guards in the cell over here, you're going to be wanting to question them.
Yep.
They were in on it. And then he winks at Fenthwick, even though he doesn't know what in on it means, because he's never heard that phrase before.
Well, to have you join the party, Belladin.
This changes quite a bit.
Magistrate,
the city.
You were probably in danger as well. We should leave this place as soon as possible.
My duty is to this city, but
not the manor. Let us be
True.
away.
This plot is deeper than I imagined. What they seem to be trying to do here, I'm just now beginning to guess. With your help, this plot has been revealed. Their aims seem to be evident. What we do from here is the question. You have done a great service to the city, to the North Ward, and even the kingdom. I cannot do enough to show you thanks, and I'm sure the Duke will do the same. I've been informed that Commander Ian had sent word to him, and he should be here in a few days. For now, I believe it's best that we keep this at least under wraps for now until we talk to the Duke. It might be better to let whoever orchestrated this think that their plot has worked.
Keep your eye on Ion.
I keep my eye on everyone, Hal. Thank you. But for now,
I don't think it's safe for us to stay here.
you, of course, can stay wherever you wish. I mean, if you've done more than enough to bring truth and justice. If you wish to leave, I will officially declare your innocence and aid to this endeavor. I just ask that you keep the details under wraps until the Duke makes a decision officially. And that lets me know.
You misunderstand me. It's not safe for you to remain here. You should come with us, and we will protect you until the Duke arrives.
Of course, but I cannot leave the city.
We could just stay and protect her here.
Or somewhere else besides here.
Just not in the manor, is what you're saying?
If
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna lie. With everything going on, I won't argue. And I feel that your company is probably the safest here in the city, maybe even in the kingdom. You are a credit to your company. As I said, you can wait for the Duke. He may ask for your aid. He may ask to just thank you for your service. Or you're free to do as you wish. But if you're offering your protection until the Duke arrives, I will gladly take it.
Anil, we should go back to your place.
Yes.
Is there... The question is, what do we do with this thing and the Nightingale? If you say the guards aren't in it, I'm not sure who else to trust. And
Yes, that's exactly why we are saying we must leave.
but we must keep... Well, I can take care of it. Bring the Nightingale as well. I will not risk her safety. There are a few men that I know I can trust.
Just so you're aware, unless we kill this doppelganger, what's to stop it from changing into you and claiming that we escaped and put you in prison and we escaped with the Nightingale? What's to stop it from taking your place and starting this all over again?
Creature, you are hereby found guilty of the murders of Count Linnaeus, Captain Murden, Guardsman Leland, Steward Elric, and Guardsman Desmond. Or Guardsman... The sentence for killing a member of the royal family of the House of Roldan is death, to be put forth immediately. She looks towards you guys. Do what you must.
I throw on my shield, grab the hammer of Warden Greybreak,
It is a +1 hammer.
and I look back to the group.
Oh, we don't even need to open the door.
Do your thing, Belladin.
I cast Blight. It needs to make a con save. 16.
Con save.
Ooh, saves. Takes 17 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Yeah. No, 18. 18 points of
18.
necrotic damage.
Okay.
I look at Fentwick. I mean, you're welcome to join in.
I'll just keep hitting him with Ray of Frost till he dies.
Yeah. I mean, he's in it there. You guys, in a cell. There's not.
I do it again for fun.
Yeah. And between, there's now a blighted, frozen doppelganger corpse. The scene fades as there's just, the camera pulls back and there's just Belladin and Fentwick just blasting off cells. You see the flashes of
We're totally
magical
Emperor Palpatining this guy
Yeah.
through the door.
And the doppelganger falls dead. The magistrate turns to you. Well, I'll have this taken care of. Show me to your safe house.